Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. For today's video, we have an article by Ben Fisher talking about 8 NBA signings, 8 retirements, and 8 trades to expect this NBA offseason. So I thought it'd be fun to go through this article, kind of see some of these different ideas right there, see if we agree or disagree with them. If you guys are enjoying these type of videos, be sure to drop that like on this video. It is greatly appreciated and really does help the channel out a ton. So here we go, my friends. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys agree with all these different listings right here. Let's go, guys. All right, so the first one we have is retire Dwayne Wade. All right, man, so if Dwayne Wade retires from the Miami Heat, I mean, I will just kind of be okay with that, because the fact that he got to end his career on the team that he really built his legacy through, you know, that I'm fine with that. It's going to be, what, his 15th NBA season. He definitely is an injury-prone player. I could see him trying to think about his long-term health of things, and let's be honest, Heat fans, the Heat are not really going to be winning no NBA championship next NBA season, barring a big-time free agent signing. So if Dwayne Wade goes back to the team, it's simply going to be just to get paid. You know what I'm saying, man? Like, he'll probably get like a decent contract from them. I feel like Pat Riley owes him that much. But at the same time, it's like, if you guys are trying to build into a championship team for the future, do you want Dwayne Wade eating up minutes, you know, for guys out there that could be bettering their game and, you know, get NBA experience and stuff like that? I would be okay if this was to happen. Do I think it's going to happen? I expect Dwayne Wade to come back for one more year. I know personally I would like to see him go to a different team just to have a chance at a championship. You think about this, guys. When it comes to the NBA, it's like, if a team trades a player, then it's business. But if a player leaves a team, then it makes them a snake. So I'm just saying, bro, except for your bitch-ass Durant. If your bitch-ass Durant, that dude blew a 3-1 lead to a team that he lost. Yo, I'm not going to get into it, guys. Not going to get into it. I just want to see Dwayne Wade go to a team that he can win a championship on. Same thing with Dirk Nowitzki. You guys can just team up with the Golden State Warriors or something like that. It's probably not, though. All right, next up we have signed Paul George to the Los Angeles Lakers. This is going to happen. I know Thunder fans are saying that, but yo, Crispy, shut up, man. Playoff piece coming back to the squad out here. It's not going to happen, guys. He is going to the Los Angeles Lakers. He simply went to the OKC Thunder because he had to go there via trade, right? I mean, think about it like this. If Paul George was a free agent last season, would he have signed with the OKC Thunder? No, he only went there because of trade, guys. He's going to the Los Angeles Lakers. All right, it's going to happen. Next up, we have trade CJ McCollum for Kevin Love. You know what? I actually do like this trade a lot. I would like it better if I knew who the Cavaliers were going to get in their draft. I mean, because CJ McCollum at the shooting guard position, that gives LeBron James a 20-point per game score, assuming he comes back to the team. And then all of a sudden, you know, Kevin Love going to the Portland Trail Blazers, him alongside Damian Lillard, that could be pretty special out there. But yeah, it's like, either way, this is a pretty nice trade for the Cavaliers. It gives them something different outside Kevin Love, who is getting older, and he's starting to break down a bit his body. I mean, it seems like he freaking gets touched on the basketball court, he damn breaks a bone or something like that. It feels like, it looks like he's going to break a bone. Where CJ McCollum was only, what, like 27 years of age? And like I said, about 20-point per game scorer. So, not a bad little piece to have in our team, combined with that 8th overall pick in the 2018 NBA draft. All right, next up, we have retire Vince Carter. I just gotta say straight up, man, y'all better drop a like on this video for the man Vince Sandy. This dude is the definition of just like a baller. I mean, this guy at the age of freaking 59 is still in the NBA and still getting buckets, still dunking on young bloods. I absolutely love him out there, man. It's time to retire, though. You know, it's like he's on the Sacramento Kings. I feel like Vince Carter is going to be one of those people that is going to have a very tough time transitioning outside the world of the NBA, just because, like, it's been his entire life, and I feel like that's why he's still kind of playing, because, like, deep down inside, he's just, like, he doesn't want to let it go, and I don't blame him for that. I mean, he's been doing it his entire life, guys, so much respect to Vince Carter. I think it's time to hang things up, though. You know, you still got your knees on you and everything like that, right? Okay, next up, we have signing Isaiah Thomas to the Atlanta Hawks. You know, I could see the Hawks pulling a move like this, man. like trading away the bitch-ass contract to Dennis Schroeder, which they might do. And I will say the contract's not that bad, because Schroeder did have a pretty decent NBA season. But I could see them trading away the young prospect right there. You know, he's only, what, 24 years old. And then signing, like, Isaiah Thomas to a max contract. And then just freaking having that franchise in the hole for the next 5 seasons. It would be fun to see Isaiah Thomas go to the Hawks, though, because, like, once again, going back to his Celtic days, it would be his team. So, could he become that 30-point per game scorer again? I don't think it's going to happen, but it would be fun to, you know, at least watch and see him maybe perhaps carry the Atlanta Hawks to an 8 seed, maybe, in the Eastern Conference. All right, next up, we have trade Otto Porter for TJ Warren and Tyson Chandler. Once again, this trade, it's interesting because I think TJ Warren has like a 4-year, $50 million contract. Otto Porter has a 4-year, $100 million contract. So it does help the Wizards kind of like save half of their money in that sense. Tyson Chandler's on like a 1-year deal. He would give them a nice, you know, I don't know if Tyson Chandler would be the starting center. if we're being honest about things, guys, I would actually take Tyson Chandler as the starting center right now over Marcin Gortat. So that's actually not a bad little trade. And plus the Phoenix Suns, they got a rebuild piece in Otto Porter. He's only like 24, one of the better three-point shooters in the NBA. Now, where do you put him at exactly? Because Josh Jackson is on that team. I feel like one of those guys would need to learn to play the power forward position on a consistent basis. That's kind of an iffy fit right there, but we'll see how that goes, man. That's not a bad little trade, though. I do like that. Next up, we have retired Jason Terry. I didn't know he was still in the NBA. I think one time I saw him shoot a three-pointer on the Milwaukee Bucks, and that was like, just happened to be the game I was watching. Yeah, come on, Jet. It's time to bring the Jet in, man. It's time to land that Jet. That was my pun for the day, guys. Brought to you by Crispy Flakes. All right, next up we have signed Tyreke Evans to the Milwaukee Bucks. You know, it wouldn't be a bad fit. He definitely fits the mold of like the lengthy ass player thing that the Milwaukee Bucks have going. I believe he was coached by David Fizdale. No, wait, Fizdale's on the Knicks, not my bad. For some reason, I thought he was going to the Bucks. Yo, who's coaching the Bucks now? Isn't it that dude from the Hawks? Mike Budhauser or something like that? Budweiser? I don't know, man. Maybe I'm drunk. But yeah, so we got Tyreke Evans. 6'6", can, you know, score the basket. Shot about 40% from three, which was kind of like not his career norm. He usually was not that great of a three-point shooter. But if he could shoot like that, it's like, yeah, the Milwaukee Bucks could definitely use his scoring out there. Next up, we have Marc Gasol for Valanciunas and Norman Powell. So, the Norman Powell has kind of been a bitch ass the past like season or two for the Raptors. I feel like he did not really pan out as much as the team was hoping he would. OG Anunoby has definitely, you know, kind of solidified himself as the future starting small forward of that team. Valanciunas, 27 years old, decent player, man, kind of more of a finesse center. Marc Gasol, though, I think is a win-now player. I feel like it would give that Raptors team just a different look out there. And you know, the Memphis Grizzlies, they do get the younger center. They do get the perhaps, maybe, somewhat, potentially promising small forward in Norman Powell. I do like that trade a lot. All right, next up we have retired Richard Jefferson. I don't know why I got Wilson Chandler in the picture, but yo, whoever made this article, bro, you gotta check your sources, my man. All right, but yeah, retired Richard Jefferson. That's freaking Wilson Chandler, man. God damn. Maybe he should retire too. I don't know. Richard Jefferson, I feel like should have retired when he was traded over to the Denver Nuggets. I respect him wanting to play out his contract and stuff like that. I felt bad though, because like him and Channing Frye had like this bro ship going out there, man. They had like a podcast and everything, and then he got traded over to the Denver Nuggets, and it's just, yeah, time to retire Richard Jefferson. Okay, next we have signed Fred VanVleet to the Utah Jazz. Interesting, man, interesting. You know, I never really thought of him going to the Jazz team, but the way he played last season, one of the best six men in the NBA, he's like only 24. Him and Donovan Mitchell in the backcourt could be pretty damn nice. I will say though, he would probably be a backup point guard for the first few seasons because they do have Ricky Rubio, who actually kind of solidified his spot as the starting point guard for the Utah Jazz, I would say. You know, barring injury and stuff like that. I will say though, and they got Fred VanVleet, chances are like Dante Exum's probably off that team. They don't really need him anymore. So yeah, I kind of like this, but I also kind of want to see what he could do as a starting point guard. Next we have, ooh, what do we got? Whoa, man, no. Dennis Schroeder and Kent Bazemore for Reggie Jackson, Stanley Johnson, and Luke Kennard. I will say, I would consider a trade of Reggie Jackson and Stanley Johnson. I don't want to toss in Luke Kennard unless something else is being tossed in, man. Dennis Schroeder, Reggie Jackson, it's the same damn player, bro. It's the same damn player. Like a middle-of-the-road point guard that will bring you some scoring, but not going to bring a championship. Stanley Johnson is worse than Kent Bazemore. I would take Kent Bazemore over Stanley Johnson, but I think Kent Bazemore does have a bitch-ass contract. And then Luke Kennard, though, I feel like he can be something pretty nice for the Detroit Pistons. Shot 41% from three. That, I don't like that trade. It just feels like a move for the sake of a move, and it's not really doing much for either team. All right, next up we have retired David West. He's what, 30? Yeah, he's 37 now. I feel like he's kind of losing his minutes now to guys like, you know, Jordan Bell and some of the other young bloods on the Golden State Warriors, which is fine. It's like David West, he went to the team, he got himself a championship ring. No really, you know, need to stay on the team anymore. I'm sure he'll finish out this season and probably consider retirement. I'm okay with that. All right, next we have signed Trevor Ariza to the San Antonio Spurs. It depends if Kawhi Leonard's back or not, because I still feel like Trevor Ariza is a starting caliber small forward in the NBA. Now, if they were able to sign him, he would be able to come off their bench. Sure, that's fine, everything, but Trevor Ariza these days, a 3-and-D type player, still has somewhat athleticism inside him. Now, it wouldn't be really a major big-time move, but a decent one, I guess. All right, but next we have a Dallas Mavericks trade Hassan Whiteside for Harrison Barnes. Ooh, I do like this. I do like this because forever now the Dallas Mavericks have been searching for that big-time center. ever since Tyson Chandler left the team back after they won the championship with him and Dirk Nowitzki, Hassan Whiteside needs to change of pace. He's only on a 1-year deal, so if it doesn't work out, that's fine. Harrison Barnes on a 2-year deal, like $50 million. Also, the Mavericks do have that 5th pick in the draft, so they would be able to maybe go for a guy like a Michael Porter to fill out the spot for Harrison Barnes. All of a sudden, you got Dennis Smith, Harrison Barnes, and Hassan Whiteside. No, I'm sorry. You got Dennis Smith, Michael Porter, and Hassan Whiteside. I'm liking that a lot. With, Dirk Nowitzki getting his 12 points out there. Seth Curry at the shooting guard position. All right, I'm feeling that. Plus, also, not to mention the Miami Heat, they get a, 17-point per game score in Harrison Barnes on their team. Next up, we have retired Zach Randolph. Is he still in the NBA? I know he was on the Memphis Grizzlies. Then I know he went to the Sacramento Kings on like a 2-year, $25 million contract. I don't remember him actually playing at all last season, guys. I really don't. Maybe that's because I didn't watch a lot of Kings basketball. Yeah. Do $12 million next season. I do think he could be like a pretty solid backup guy on the contending team. Same thing with Vince Carter, though. It's like, if you guys are going to stay on the Kings, you're doing that simply to get paid. Like, you ain't going to make no freaking NBA finals there or nothing like that. So, either retire or go to a contender, or I guess get paid. Okay, next we have signed DeAndre Jordan to the Indiana Pacers. Have not really thought about this one. I do expect the DeAndre Jordan to go to a different team this season. You put him on the Pacers, that kind of helps them with their shot blocking on the inside. Although Miles Turner is a very, very solid defender, so it's like, if you put DeAndre Jordan as center, all of a sudden, is Miles Turner, do you guys feel like he's mobile enough to play the power forward position? I feel like he definitely could work it out. He would need to go on some sort of like diet this summer to kind of maybe make himself a little bit more leaner and stuff like that to kind of keep up with other other power forwards. But yeah, DeAndre on this team with Victor Oladipo, nice pick and roll game going right there, getting to the basket, being able to catch some misses out there, throwing back, do things that he's always done his entire career. That's grab about 11, 12 points and maybe about 15 rebounds a game, something like that, right? And maybe a few blocks. Okay, next we have trade Kemba Walker for Nikola Vucevic and a 1st-round pick. So, this is a pretty solid trade for both teams. The Magic get themselves finally their best point guard they've had in years. I don't remember the last good point guard this team has had. Maybe it's freaking been Penny Hardaway, right? And then Kemba Walker goes to this team, gets a different scenario out there, different change of pace. They do have a top pick in the draft, so that's a nice little rebuild move for them right there. And then also the Charlotte Hornets, Vucevic, a solid center. I mean, they already have Dwight Howard, so that doesn't totally make sense to me, unless Dwight Howard was traded or something like that. But the 1st-round pick is kind of the big time thing right there, because the Magic are not going to be great with Kemba Walker. They'll be maybe okay, but it will probably still be a lottery team, right? Okay, next up we have retired Manu Ginobili. Damn, he's going to be 40 years old, guys. Damn, dude. You say retire, but then the playoffs come around, this man's going out there dropping 20 points games out there, man. If he wants to retire, feel free. He don't need to retire, though. I don't think he's going to. I think he's coming back for one more season. Next up, we have DeMarcus Cousins to the Clippers. I don't like this. I don't see the point in this. I mean, yeah, they do have some nice pieces where it's like they do just need a star player. But I've heard zero rumors about DeMarcus going to the Clippers, and it's like, yeah, you put DeMarcus into the conversation of signing with any team, and you can make sense out of it. Like, you can be like, yeah, that would be nice for that team because DeMarcus Cousins is the best center in the NBA. I just don't see it happening. Okay, next we have trade LaMarcus Aldridge for Dario Saric and Markelle Fultz. Ooh, yo, that's a nice trade, man. Because there was talks about this trade going down for Kawhi Leonard. I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know if that would be enough. I feel like the 76ers would also need to send that Lakers draft pick. But this right here makes some sense, man. Like, they get, like, the veteran player on their team to kind of keep the team grounded and stuff like that. And LaMarcus Aldridge, him with Joel Embiid, that's a nice-ass front court. I have not even thought about this trade, but damn, do I like it. Not to mention, too, this, the San Antonio Spurs getting a future, I don't want to say all-star in Dario Saric, but definitely pretty damn close. And also Markelle Fultz, which the sky's the limit on him. Gets to get coached by Greg Popovich. I do like that trade a lot. Next up, we have retired Pau Gasol. So he's played under just 1,200 games. I still think he has something left to offer. Maybe he'll never be the player he once was just because he's too old and stuff like that. Very slow, too. He's definitely not a starter anymore. But, I mean, if he wanted to go to a team that was actually contending big time, I still see him as a solid backup big guy, at least. So if he still wants to play the game of basketball. Said he had his career worst 10 points per game. That's still a lot better than other centers out there, like backup centers. Okay, next we have signed LeBron James to the Houston Rockets. Do I think he's going to the Houston Rockets? My guess is, this is my guess, guys. This is my order for the teams I think LeBron's going to go to. Number 1, Philadelphia. Number 2, Houston. Number 3, Lakers, depending on who they sign. And then number 4, Cleveland Cavaliers. I really don't think he's going back to Cleveland, but I feel like he's going to go to one of those 4 teams. Same thing with DeMarcus Cousins, where it's just kind of like, yeah, you can make any case for LeBron James going to any team and saying it makes sense. But yeah, the Houston Rockets, Do I like the fit? It would be interesting to watch. Like, can LeBron play off of James Harden and Chris Paul? I mean, yeah, he could, because LeBron could do anything. Could Chris Paul and James Harden play off LeBron James? That it almost feels like too much of a good thing, but I would enjoy watching that super team, ball out. And finally, we have Kawhi Leonard for Andrew Wiggins. Yo, y'all gotta give more than just Andrew Wiggins to get a guy like Kawhi Leonard, man. You might be talking like Andrew Wiggins and 2 first-round draft picks. Then you have me on the phone. If it's just Andrew Wiggins, I'm gonna hang up the bitch ass phone real quick. Now, Kawhi Leonard with Jimmy Buckets and Karl-Anthony Towns, assuming he stays on the team. That is a championship team, guys. That is a championship contending team right there. Andrew Wiggins goes over to the Spurs, and it's like they get to hit the reset button, where I don't think Andrew Wiggins is ever gonna be as good as Kawhi Leonard, but it's like, once again, if anybody can coach this man, it's gonna be Greg Popovich. Anyway, guys, hope you all enjoyed this video. This was actually a lot of fun to going through, seeing some of these different trades and rumors out there. As always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to drop that like, subscribe if you're new to my channel, and peace out, my friends.